Back at Comic-Con, Luke Evans, who plays Detective Emmett Fields, was asked what his thoughts were when he was first cast in the film.
Well, it was a fast and furious meeting. I was doing press for Tamara Drew in Los Angeles and New York, and then on the way back to Germany, where I was shooting The Musketeers, I stopped in London for a day to meet James, the director. And so it was a fast, quick in and out. The meeting went very well. I love James, and then I heard when I go back to Germany that I got the role.
In the book, for like you blinkly miss him in the book. So presumably in the film he's got a little bit more to do.
I'm hoping so. Yeah. So I really am.
What have you seen so far? Have you seen anything? Has Peter allowed you to see the script?
No.
Yeah.
No. I know nothing. All I know is the book, and I love the book.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very different to Lord of the Rings.
Tonally as well.
Tonally, it's very, very different. It's quite humorous.
Yeah.
And I think what's been great about what Peter's doing online at the moment is doing these video blogs.
He's revealing everything.
Which are just brilliant.
Yeah,
because for somebody who has not joined the cast at the beginning of the film, it's quite nice that by the time I do join it, I'm going to know who the actors are, who the roles are. I'm not going to be daunted by turning up in Middle Earth and being like, oh God, you know.
So you'll be like, oh, you're that guy from the video diary. Yeah. Obviously, you worked with Orlando on Three Musketeers.
I did.
So
yes.
you get a little insight.
Yeah.
And obviously, you didn't know about.
I play a detective called Detective Fields, who investigates a murder at the beginning of the film, and he sees the crime scene, and somehow it reminds him of a murder, and he doesn't know why. And then he realizes, he does some investigating, he realizes he's read this story, this exact murder, in a newspaper. It's written by this writer he's never heard of called Edgar Allan Poe. He obviously reads more of his work and realizes this detective, he's not interested in people who are entertained by this dark side, you know. He tries to clear up this dark side. He doesn't want, you know, it's murder. It's not a detective, he's not interested in seeing the entertaining side of it, whereas Poe was. He brings Poe in, and what unfolds is this very tempestuous relationship between the detective, who's like they're like black and white, the complete opposites of the scale. You know, he's an alcoholic, he's an opium user, he's a ladies' man, he's all of these things. I'm very business orientated. I'm a young detective. You know, I'm trying to just go up the ranks in the Baltimore police force, and they're forced to work together to find the serial killer who is inspired by Poe's work.
How's your Comic-Con experience going?
Good. Yes, a little chaotic. I haven't stopped since I've arrived, you know. I'm shooting a film in New Orleans right now called No One Lives, so I flew here this morning after doing a night shoot. So my fingers are all covered in blood stains from fighting and all that gore, but yeah, I got here with 4 minutes to spare.
Well, you're in the right place for that, so you should have left your hands all dirty.
I should have, yeah. Can you imagine? No, you wouldn't have seen what I looked like at 5 o'clock this morning.
Now, why is it so important to be here for a movie like this and have it, show it to the fans and get their reaction and get them pumped up for it?
Well, this is unique. This presentation, the way they present films at this place is very unique. I love it because I come from theatre, and when you come from theatre, you're used to a public reaction, immediate public reaction, and you get to meet the people, the fans, you know. And in movies, you often don't. Sometimes you don't ever meet the fans until you come to something like this, or a premiere. So it's very nice, and I think it's great to get the reaction from all these people. I mean, it was like something like 7,000 people watching that trailer, you know.
Yes, that's exactly how many people.
It's great. It's great. Yeah. It's really, really good.
And tell me about how hot is Alice Eve?
I mean, look how hot she is today. Huh? She's stunning. But she's engaged.
Ah, well, I'm a married man.
I think, you know. I'll find out.
And you had fun working with John. I mean, the material seems really, it's deep material.
It is deep material. It's very well written. And working with John was, I mean, I've only been doing this movie thing for a couple of years now, 3 years, almost 3 years. So to be able to work with John, who I've admired for a very long time, you know, grew up with his films, to work against him, and also to work against him when he's playing a role which I have a huge amount of respect for, you know, this historical character, and watching him develop the role and seeing the flaws that he chose to bring to Poe's character it was really, really great. When you're on set with somebody like John, you just observe and just take in all the little nuances that an actor of his caliber and his experience has.
All I know is I'm doing a movie right now in New Orleans, and the morning, New Orleans, and the morning that I was flying to New Orleans to start the film, I got the job. Yeah. The day before I did the audition, and the day after I got the job. So I haven't really had a huge amount of time to process the actual, you know, the gravitas of what I've just become part of. As the weeks have gone by and I've been able to sort of settle in the film I'm doing right now, I've been able to see the amazing video blogs that he's done, which are fantastic, and I think it's a genius that he's doing them because they're really, really insightful, and it gives the fans and anybody, you know, everybody a little taste of the enormity of this project. And so that's about as much as I know. I've not started shooting. I'm still finishing the film I was doing as I got the job. I have one more week, and then I fly straight from New Orleans to New Zealand. I didn't meet Peter. It was all done online. Yeah.
Did you do it online with him?
No, it got sent to him.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But I auditioned for it like a year ago. And yeah. It's amazing. It's funny, things happen like that sometimes in movies. You know, projects happen or they get stopped. As you know, The Hobbit's had a lot of hurdles to jump before it started production. So yeah, I auditioned for it a year ago and then never heard a single thing back. I don't know exactly. I know obviously there will be a lot of archery training, which I've done some of. I'm a very good horse rider, thanks to things like the Musketeers and the Raven. And yeah, so that bit's okay. The archery will be the thing that I'll probably really focus on. And but it'd be nice. Like you had the luxury, you know, on a big film with big budgets, they do have time to rehearse, and I've heard just wonderful things about the whole process with Peter and Philippa, and I know a few of the actors that are in the movie, and Orlando has always said wonderful things about him and the experience he had on Lord of the Rings. So I can't wait. It's just lovely to be part of something. You know, it's a little bit of cinematic history. So I wish I could tease you and tell you all, but I have no idea. I know as much as you know.